What do you think of the shots you took versus whether they went in or not?
I felt like they were, pretty good shots. It wasn't rushed, wasn't, forcing anything. Didn't have my legs under me as much as I wanted to, so a lot of them were short, but, most of them were online, and I felt like I could have made them, so I think I, took some good shots.
For over a year, the Los Angeles Lakers preached patience. They called Bronny James' struggles growing pains, talked about development timelines, and promised his breakout was just around the corner.
Bronny James has teams standing against them. These two teams in front of us are on that short list.
But with his G League numbers stagnating, his confidence shaken, and the NBA spotlight exposing every weakness, the franchise is finally facing what Laker fans have been saying for months. Bronny James isn't ready for the NBA.
For me, just getting comfortable, going out there and getting reps. I feel like that's the most important thing. Grow my confidence and be more comfortable when I'm out there playing. Because I feel good, but the numbers could be better, but I just gotta get my confidence up.
Is there a difference in your confidence, like say in practice situations in game, that just maybe hasn't translated yet?
Yeah, for sure. It's a totally different game, especially out in arenas like this. So I have experience stuff like that, but I was trying to get my.
The 21-year-old guard, drafted 55th overall in 2024 and thrown into the most intense spotlight in basketball as LeBron James' son, entered his sophomore season with hope. The Lakers, however, entered it with expectations, real expectations, championship expectations, and that's where everything started to crack. Bronny's NBA minutes this season told a brutal story. In just 10.2 minutes per game, he shot 28.6% from the field, hesitating on open looks, providing zero offensive threat, and looking completely overwhelmed at times. Head coach J.J. Redick, who initially sounded confident giving the young guard spot minutes, quickly started to look like a coach trying to justify the unjustifiable. Bronny's demotion back to the G League was predictable, necessary even. But what happened next turned concern into genuine alarm. In his first 2 games back with the South Bay Lakers heading into this weekend, his shooting remained shaky, 38.1% overall, 23.1% from deep, with enough hesitation on catch-and-shoot opportunities to worry even the most optimistic fans. Here's the problem. Bronny was supposed to dominate the G League. NBA lottery picks usually do. Even late-round picks assert themselves quickly. But Bronny? 0.0 win shares, 0.033 WS per 48. League average is 0.10. Those numbers aren't just disappointing, they're a flashing red alarm screaming that this player needs serious development time. The latest evidence came Saturday night. Bronny returned to action with South Bay against the San Diego Clippers and finally got what Laker fans had been begging for: minutes, reps, ball handling responsibilities, and freedom to play. Yet the story was painfully familiar. Bronny started at point guard, ran the offense, and had every opportunity to control the tempo. But his early possessions felt like deja vu. Open threes passed up, off-balance mid-range misses, hesitant drives, uncomfortable decision-making. He didn't score a single point in the first quarter. He barely looked at the rim. By halftime, the stat line was brutal. 2 points on 1 for 6 shooting, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover. No rhythm, no comfort, no momentum. Bronny tried to adjust in the second half, attacking the basket more aggressively, using his first step to get downhill, but the perimeter shooting remained non-existent. He finished with 10 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 4 turnovers, and 0 for 5 from 3. South Bay lost 124-113, and while it wasn't all Bronny's fault, his struggles were impossible to ignore. The reality is stark. A 6'2" guard who can't stretch the floor or reliably defend is going to struggle to stick in the NBA. That reality is now staring the Lakers directly in the face. From the moment Bronny entered the draft, he carried the weight of history, the first father-son duo to play in the NBA simultaneously, drafted by his father's franchise, surrounded by scrutiny before he ever played a minute. Year 1 gave glimpses, but no real progress. 27 games, 2.3 points per game, shooting splits below 40%. There was hope, but hope doesn't cut it in the NBA. In year 2, the Lakers tried a hybrid approach, give him short NBA stints, then send him to the G League for development reps. But Bronny played just 1 minute against the Clippers on Tuesday and didn't see the floor at all in Friday's win over Dallas. The message was crystal clear. He wasn't earning minutes, he wasn't forcing Redick's hand, he wasn't ready. So the Lakers reassigned him again, prioritizing development over optics. South Bay offers what the NBA cannot: time, touches, mistakes without consequence, and a chance to build rhythm without the national media dissecting every possession. Inside the Laker organization, the evaluation has shifted from optimism to cold realism. Bronny isn't going to lead an NBA offense, not with Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, Gabe Vincent, and LeBron James controlling the ball. He isn't going to be a defensive stopper, not yet, not at 6'2", and not with average lateral quickness. He's not going to be a knockdown shooter, not when he's hitting 31% from 3 across combined NBA and G League stats. On a championship contending team, there's simply no room for a developing guard who doesn't space the floor or put pressure on defenses. The Lakers know it, the coaches know it, even Bronny knows it. Facing reporters after Saturday's loss, Bronny appeared subdued, almost guarded. His answers were short, honest, and weighted with frustration. He said, "I just need to keep working and find my rhythm. The shots will fall with time. Today wasn't my best." He wasn't defensive, he wasn't delusional. He was a 21-year-old trying to grow up on the world's biggest stage while carrying the weight of a legendary last name. If Bronny had been drafted by the Hornets, Magic, Pistons, or Jazz, his struggles would barely register as national news. He'd play through mistakes, he'd spend a full year in the G League, he'd develop quietly, away from the cameras. But Bronny James isn't allowed to be anonymous. He's LeBron's son. He was drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers. He's expected to justify a narrative he never asked for. This is what happens when brand and basketball collide. Here's the thing. Bronny's numbers aren't completely empty. There are flashes. 11.0 and 8.0 assists per game in his first 2 G League games this season. 62.5% on 2-point shots entering Saturday. Strong basketball instincts. Smart cuts. Solid decision-making when he's comfortable. Leadership qualities his teammates respect. A willingness to defend even when physically overmatched. These are real traits, real tools, real potential. But NBA teams need finished products, not projects. And the Lakers can't afford to wait 5 years for a backup guard to develop, not with LeBron finishing his career and Anthony Davis in his championship prime. The solution is finally clear, even to those who resisted it all year. Bronny James needs to stay in the G League full-time without interruption. He needs to shoot 8 to 10 threes per game, he needs to run pick and rolls, he needs to learn when to attack and when to distribute. He needs reps he'll never get playing 6 minutes behind superstar guards. His confidence must return, his shot must stabilize, his physicality must sharpen. Only then will the Lakers consider integrating him into the rotation. Only then will JJ Redick trust him. Only then will Bronny finally be able to exhale. Bronny James turns 21 this season. He's barely scratched the surface of who he can become as a player. The Lakers know his name value guarantees opportunities. The fans know he works hard. And Bronny knows the pressure will never disappear. But his ability to rise above it can grow. He isn't NBA ready today. He may not be NBA ready this season.
Which now makes me believe that the only reason Bronny's on the Lakers is because he's popular. And he's going to bring clicks and attention to the organization. People are going to buy his jerseys and all of that. And to me, that's not a mark of a serious franchise. That's just my take on it. That's not a mark of a serious franchise. A serious franchise is about winning, and it's about substance.
The Lakers are supposed to be competing for championships. Instead, they're running a Make-A-Wish program for LeBron's son, and everyone knows it. Bronny is treated like a Make-A-Wish kid because everyone knows he isn't good enough for the NBA. You're only allowed to praise him, not criticize him, and he's guaranteed his spot no matter what. So yeah, maybe Bronny James isn't literally the worst player in NBA history, but he might be the worst player to ever receive this much guaranteed playing time, this much media coverage, and this much protection from criticism while performing this poorly. At the end of the day, this isn't about Bronny the person, it's about what his story represents. The NBA used to be a league where talent ruled, not last names, where you earned your minutes, not inherited them. And yet here we are, Watching the media twist themselves into pretzels, trying to convince fans that 4 points on 2 for 11 shooting is progress. It's not progress, it's privilege. The league's integrity takes a hit every time someone is rewarded for connections instead of performance. Maybe Bronny improves, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he finds that spark, that edge that separates a highlight reel from a real NBA player. But right now, the reality is simple. If his name was anything other than James, he'd be playing overseas, not wearing a Lakers jersey. Nepotism got him here. Results will decide if he stays. Because the NBA isn't supposed to be a father-son charity project. It's the highest level of basketball on earth, where greatness is earned through sweat, not surnames. Every night, players are fighting for contracts, minutes, and careers. And yet, Bronny's spot feels untouchable. That's not development, that's protection. The Lakers can keep pretending this is about potential, but fans know the truth. You can't build championships on family favors. At some point, the numbers, the tape, and the effort have to speak louder than the name on the back of the jersey. If you agree, drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and share. Peace.